Aziat, you surprised guys when you got your role at Selina. Able to tell guys, did you audition? Was it a phone call and then you got in?
I went for auditions like every single person. And the problem is I cannot remember the people that we were with that day, but I was just on the line. I went there, made a queue like every other single person does. Yeah. Yeah, when you're just good for the job, you're good for the job.
Nice. How was it playing that role?
It was challenging. It was challenging. It was a challenging role for me as an actor because number one, yes, I was just done with high school in 2017. This is 2020. I'm starring in Selina, so I still had a lot of things to learn as an actor. And I used to do more of theater acting. So now this is TV acting. It's a whole new field. Okay, not a whole new field, but you understand it's challenging. There's a lot of new things that I need to learn. And the fact that it was also speaking in Swahili, and I used to have this sing-songy. So the directors there really made it an easier time, but it was challenging, and I love challenges, so I'm grateful for it. It was
Thank God you're able to conquer it. Now, we spoke to Peter Kamau a while back, and he said you guys are friends. So how long have you guys been friends?
We've been friends with Peter for. We've been friends. He's a cool guy. Yeah, I can't track since when, but we've been friends. Yeah.
What will you miss the most about the cast and just being on set of Selina?
The thing I'll miss the most is the family. I think when I joined Selina, there's just this new family that these people that are off set. You see, when the camera says, when the AD says cut, now those people, how you interact, how you talk, I just got used to them, and then there's this family that I just got in every single person. There's a way I connect with every single person. So I think that is those are one of the things that I'm gonna miss about.
You've conquered online, you've conquered TV, now you're on radio. How is it working on a radio station?
Oh wow, working on a radio station, crazy in terms of I've always wanted to work on radio ever since I was in high school, and I used to think that radio is all about just standing on the mic and you're like blah, 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 blah. And turns out there's a whole lot of technicality, there's a whole lot of things, there's a lot that happens behind the scenes. It's not just all about turning on the mic. There's some editing, there's all taking care of the consoles, mixing the music, talking in beat. There's a lot behind it. But again, I'm a journalist by profession, and also just what I've learned in school, blending it with my producer. I've learned a lot, and it's made it easier. It gets easier every day. Yeah.
We see you doing all these projects, and we assume you're this rich mama. How much is your net worth?
I won't say. Let me just say I work hard. Let's leave it at that, and God blesses the rest.
Lastly, what is next for Aziad?
This is what I always like to say. Move in silence. Wake up and let people see, oh wait, she has a jet. Rather than, I don't believe in saying, I'm planning to buy a jet, so I have this money. Because sometimes I always believe in stuff being jinxed, or telling stuff to the wrong people, or even sometimes just announcing stuff when you're not ready. I believe in, letting my success speak for itself. So whatever is next, trust me, you're gonna see it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Ruben, finally, 6 seasons later. Wow. What do you think is the secret to the longevity of the show?
Consistency. I think we have been able to be very consistent in and out of season, when it was working for us and when it didn't work for us. And I was lucky I got a team of actors and a team of crew that really bought into the dream. I think that was one of the secrets for it. But yeah, consistency. Yeah. every day we try to outdo ourselves. Every day, yeah.
I've talked to a lot of actors here today, and all they're saying is they will miss the routine of going to work every day and the pay. They were expecting that monthly salary or episodial salary, and now that is gone. What would you want to tell them?
No, I think Selina was just the beginning for them. It has launched many careers. Their profiles have grown. They've become stars. So from here, they can only fly wherever they go. The guys who came in as interns, now they are HODs. People generally have grown in their craft. So I'm not really worried about them. I know, humanly speaking, you have to be worried because of the seasons, what will happen to my rent and stuff like that. But generally, in terms of their profession and their craft, I think they've really grown. And wherever they're going, already I have several crew members who have been absorbed in other productions. So I'm really, that makes me very happy. Yeah, I'm really proud of what we have been able to do. Yeah.
From season 1 to season 6, I know you've seen the new cast members coming in, some going, others remaining. Who has surprised you the most?
I'll be in trouble.
Surprise is just surprise.
I'll be in trouble, but let me say, I think, generally speaking, my main actors were adorable. Generally speaking, they very hardworking. But let me single out Celestine Gashuhi. Celestine, I've never seen such consistency in my life. Pascal also was just, top of his game. He's a very, very disciplined actor, very, very committed to his craft. And when you have two lead actors who are very committed to their craft, the rest have no option but to follow. But also, if you look at Abel, if you look at Trigan, if you look at Mbeki, if you look at Helen Kelly, all of them brought in their A game. So all of them are my favorites, I might say. But Celestine Gashui and Pascal Tokodi, they stand out for their consistency, year in, year out. Yeah.
Earlier, when the show was just starting, or actually mid, around season 2, season 3, you guys lost Kone, who was also one of the main characters on the show. How was that for you and for the rest of the cast? You being a producer and someone who you've observed this actor who came in that was wonderful, and then now he's just gone abruptly.
I mean, it's difficult to lose anyone. It's difficult, and also just to see him go through the pain he had to go through. So it wasn't easy. It took us time. Some of the actors have never gotten through it. But that's life. Sometimes it throws you a curveball, and you adjust, you never heal. You get used to it. Many lessons to pick from it. Sometimes there are no answers. You keep questioning every day. What could you have done better? What could you have changed? So, but we're grateful for the years and the days we were able to work with him. He was a phenomenal actor. I mean, he really played that role very, very well. So we're grateful. Yeah.
Then later in the show, we saw Lenana Kariba being replaced by Brian Ogola. How did the audience take that? Did it have an effect? Or was it just flowing kama kawaida?
It's difficult to change an actor, a lead actor, on a daily show. It's very difficult. And some decisions usually are not... It's not like we sit back and say, hey, we're going to do this. But the show cannot fail to go on air. So the availability of the actor becomes very, very important. If an actor is not available, then a decision has to be made. So I can't discuss much about it, but it's just one of those decisions that, look, if you're not available, the show must go on, whatever happens, and a decision has to be made. So it's not something we do out of pride and out of fun. In fact, my guys will tell you, I tell them I'm not in the business of firing people. By the time I'm firing, usually, because it's usually it's not a solution to things. Yeah, so nothing against Lenana. It's just that he wasn't available. We needed to shoot. We had a very tight schedule. We just come out of COVID. The show was on air 5 days a week. The show had to go on.
As part of the audience, we see the show as these guys who are all well put together. It's a glamorous show with fashionable people, and we think these guys are just somewhere in this world that all of us are not in that world. What was the most challenging about producing Selina?
The most bit is when they get so much into their roles and they forget about their lives. Yeah, so we really had to balance that throughout the show and try to get professionals here and there to talk to them, to encourage them, to remind them about who they are. It takes acting as a very difficult job. I keep telling people, because you can't act without giving yourself. So when it comes to a point where you've given yourself to the point now you have lost yourself, in quotes, then it's a challenge. That was one of the challenging bits that I saw. And just to keep reminding them of why we are doing this and why this is important and where we are heading with this. I think that was very important. So once in a while, it's the same thing. Why do we go to the mosque every Friday or to the church every Friday? Just to keep reminding ourselves of, hey, life is hard, but we need to do this and we must do this and this is where we're going and stuff like that. So that was the most difficult bit. And once in a while you get one who is down, people have their own personal issues and stuff like that. But I'm glad most of them, majority of them, I can say like 97% of them have been able just to, get it together. No major scandal. Yeah, and we've been able to pull through and we've finished strong. Yeah.
Take me through the day you announced, like, this is gonna be our last episode. Like, you're breaking to the cast and crew. Like, now after this, it's a wrap and there's no more Selina.
So, for me now, I knew that information like several months before this, and I had to wait until it's official. When it was official, I had to have a meeting with them and communicate with this verbally. But, we have been having the discussion and always remind ourselves that one day it will end. But while it's still on, we'll do what we need to do. So basically, I had a discussion with them and explained to them why the decision. And then later on, we put it on paper that we are going to end the season. But I think of importance to remind ourselves, and which is my encouragement to them always, is, guys, when we started Selina, it was supposed to be 60 episodes. So see how far we have come. So we have more to thank God than to feel washy about it. Humanly speaking, you will. But, my life, our lives, 4 years ago to now, our lives have changed. Our lives have changed, and there's that to thank God for. Yeah.
Mid-season or somewhere in between season 5 and season 6, you released a movie, Nafsi. Amazing film. I enjoyed it. Should we expect another movie anytime soon?
Oh yeah, we should. We had very good cinema run. We made our mistakes. We made very good strides. We didn't do very well financially, but we're hoping to sell it very soon. Once we sell it, we hope that by Valentine's 2023, maybe there should be something again. So it's just an issue of funds, not necessarily an issue of story. It's an issue of just funds, trying to pull resources here and there, because self-funding it's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah.
You have now worked literally with MultiChoice for over 6 to 7 years, as we can say. Have they treated you well?
MultiChoice are good. They're very good, very supportive employers. Yeah, they work with you. They're involved in their project. They support you. They put pressure on you to deliver on time, but also they support you financially on time. Then you're able to pay actors and crew on time. So, I have a lot of gratitude to the channel director, Timothy, and head of channel, Margaret Madore, and Jackie Anyanzwa, and every person at MultiChoice. They have really, really supported the project. I'm a middleman. You know what I mean? Eh? The show is theirs. They give me the finances, I deliver for them. And to get a partner who client who supports you and who makes it very intentional and makes it on time, it makes your work very, very easy to deliver. So actors have been paid on time. We have never missed salary any month for the last 4 months. Not because I had the money. It's because the client was able to, pay in time. And I think that's so remarkable of them. So big up to them. Yep.
Lastly, what will you miss about the whole show?
Oh, my people. I think we have really created a very good bond. We are family. And I think we're able to set this tone from the word go. That any person, any new cast who came into the show would say, this feels like family. So I'll miss them. And now I can't cry in front of them, so I have to play have to play macho. But I'll miss them, and I've seen them grow. I've seen them grow. I've seen people grow in their roles and in their careers. So I'll miss the team. It's an awesome team. It's awesome working with Celestine and working with having lead actors like Celeste and Pascal, who never forget their lines because they're always reading the script. Yeah, as in, it's a blessing. So I'll miss them. Generally, actors, crew, yeah. Yep.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Good to see you. Awesomeness. Hey, Annie Leon is silver too.
Right.
How was your experience being on Selina?
Wow. Can you ask me an easier question?
That's very easy. And in short, tuambie Selina.
Experience. Like I've told so many people before, for me it was a life-altering experience. I don't think anything I've ever done has impacted my life in the way that working on this show has.
Okay. 6 seasons later, what has surprised you the most about being on this show?
Well, first and foremost, the amount of talent we have in this country. I am just humbled by the people I see. So many people, young people, and so good at this job. So what surprises me the most is that we as a country don't appreciate ourselves more. We don't do more to help all this talent grow and to put this talent out there on the world stage. What surprises me the most is how we take for granted what we have, and we have a lot.
Looking back, all your cast members and crew, who will you miss the most?
I won't miss anyone because I'm going to be in touch with them. It's not goodbye. It's just, we're doing something new now. So I don't plan to say goodbye to anyone. Yeah.
By saying something new, are you on any new projects?
When I'm ready, I'll tell you. No.
Thank you.
It's nice to know that you were born. Eh? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bayo. Happy birthday to you.
Abel, looking so sharp. Well,
Very much. Thank you.
you never disappoint. Who is this good tailor?
Myself. As in, I go and choose, I regardless of who the tailor is. Yes.
5 seasons later, The show has ended not on a bad note, but a good note. A lot of guys giving good reviews, how the producer was, how you guys were like a family. How was it being on set for this show for you?
Actually, a point of correction, 6 seasons later. And we are really thankful, first of all, to God, and secondly, to Maisha Magic East and Maisha Magic Plus for having given us a chance. This is the longest series I've ever been in. I mean, 6 seasons. It had become family. We were closely knit. We have become one thing. We tulikuwa tunakosana, tunapendana, tuna reconcile and all that, just like any other family. So I look forward to being on set because that's where I found solace from any other hustles and baffles of the world. I look forward to going back on set, and there I would settle and know that I'm in a family.
Who was your best friend on this set?
That's a tricky question. I had many, because I'm a man of people, as you know, like I love everyone, and I was like the dad on set. So I can't say I had a best friend or no, but everyone was my friend, I should say. I loved everyone equally.
What will you miss the most about being on Selina?
What I miss the most? Still, people. People, not even the script. It is the people that I am going to miss, because I had a chance to interact with wonderful, wonderful people, awesome talents, both upcoming and veterans, and I had a great time on set. So yeah, people.
We've seen you in Powerhouse Productions, and we know definitely next it has to be another big deal. Do you have a next project that we should be waiting for?
Right now, I'm just taking a rest, sleeping up to 8:30, 9:30, thereabout. I'm not actually concerned about anything coming up. I leave that in the hands of God. Anything that will come up, I can promise you, you'll see me in another great episode, another great project.
You're also a musician.
Yes.
Any album, tunatoa?
That's a good question, because actually when we were done with Selina, at the back of my mind, I was like, I need to get back to studio and start recording my music, and that's what I'm doing right now. So yes, soon and very soon, an album should be out. Even if it's not an album, a few singles should be out. Yeah.
Newest grandpa in town.
Yeah, thank you very much.
What are you doing now with your granddaughter?
Playing. Yeah, playing. That's all, because I was actually really, really waiting for this age when she can just run up to me, you know, not when the mother could hand her over to me. But right now, when I walk into their house, she runs over to me, she grabs my legs, and then I hug her and carry her, and, you know, so this is really exciting. It's really exciting, and I'm grateful to God.
Thank you so much, Abel.
Keep on keeping on with Buzz Central. We appreciate you, and we watch you every now and then. Thank you.
Hi, Langiri.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Finally, Selina, rap party. Umekula pesa ya hii show kweli kweli.
Nimejenga shamba, niko kwa nyumba 4 sasa hivi, watoto nimeongeza kama 5. Yaani nimejenga hii show nimejenga. No, but we are blessed though. Like we were really blessed to have done a really amazing show for the longest of time. I think the longest show ever running on TV. So it's definitely a blessing, not taken for granted by any way, by any chance. But yeah, kazi tulifanya, yes.
What will you miss the most about Selina?
The family. It became a family at some point. Like, you know, these are people you're seeing every single day on set. You're seeing these people more than you see your own family in the house. So I think that brotherness, that sisterness, it pretty much became a family for us. So I think that is the biggest thing which I'm going to miss. And of course, that's because jobless. Hey. No, but yeah, the whole experience, we went in when we were boys, we left when we were men. And unless you're a filmmaker, I really might not understand that statement, but doing a show like this 5 times a week, ni kazi, like, the pressure. It's there's so much. I mean, attention that emotional. So I said, "Oh, boy, kind of find me."
Oh, sikuwa emotional.
But yeah, I shall miss the cast, shall miss the crew, I shall miss the experiences, I shall miss everything that came with doing a long-term project like that, and I shall miss the money, of course. Yeah.
Okay. I've had a lot of people giving props to the director, no, rather the producer, Ruben Odanga. How was it for you working with him?
Amazing. He's the best producer I've ever worked with. I won't even flinch and double tap my eyes. I'm not forcing me, but Ruben is the best producer I've ever worked. And again, also, like I said, it became a family. He stopped being a producer at some point and became a brother. He became a friend. He became a really close family member as well for that, because that's his leadership skills, his wisdom, his way of just running the company, Multan Production, is different than I've ever seen any other producer. He values his people. I think he understands the key elements of any company. It's the people. Yes, we have a show. Yes, we have all this thing going around, but he cared for his people. And that's the one thing Ruben, I think, is different from many other producers, because of the fact that yawajali na afiche kwamba yawajali. So he goes through all loops, everything, just to make sure everyone is comfortable on set. Not only the cast, but the crew, the team buildings, like a rap party like this. I mean, this is amazing. This is amazing. I didn't think it ndogo it, but yet and just to mark it, I think this is just the icing of the cake, to be honest, as a producer, just to tell you a lot about it. And even if you see the show itself, again, I don't think how many producers would have been able to just manage, almost 200 people for 5 years, unless you're amazing, unless you're really wise and really good at, unless you're a genius, to be able to manage people like that. Mimi sijui kama ningeweza.
As a casting director, you've casted quite new faces on Selina. Which faces should we watch out for as the breaking through or the upcoming actor to watch?
I mean, I think Celestine being one of them. When we cast Celestine in the show, she was new. No one pretty knew much about her, and she's a big star now. A guy like Hajin Ziba, for example, the guy who played Richard, for me, I've seen his growth as an actor. Watu wengi wajua alikuwa extra season 1 huko, and then akaingia season 5 as one of the leading characters as well in the story. I mean, that also is a guy to watch out for. The Fidel Maita akaingia hapa alikuwa sijui as the first Jew of what. He became an actor because of Selina. Now look at him where he is. So kuna watu wengi, as in, I can't mention them all, of course. Umetoka, but yeah. The beauty about such a show is the fact that it actually was able to build brands for the actors and make them into the stars that they are. So it's upon them now to just push that wagon even further for themselves. Yeah.
What is next for you?
Oh, may sign in the air. But I am now also the casting director for a show called Kina. Season 4 moving forward. I don't know for how long, but season 4 moving forward, I was, should I say, poached ama nilibiwa. So now I'm on Kina as well as the casting director. There are a couple of pilots we're still doing on the side. There's a couple of movies we intend to do in the future. So, Ejaisha, you shall see more of us. We shall see plenty of us, definitely. I mean, the industry is here for us. It's upon us to just find, clever ways to make money out of it. And Netflix is coming up. So with Netflix around the corner as well, we should expect people to just, strategically place themselves in positions where when Netflix comes in, we are able to submit that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Aye. finally, last season of Selina isha air. Almost 6 years later, you guys mumekuwa hapo mkishine, mumekuwa brand by your own selves. What will you miss the most about the show?
Of course, I'll miss the salary, first and foremost. I'll miss the knowledge of that I'm going to work every day. For up to 5 years, I was waking up knowing I'm going to work. I have a stable, reliable job that has a salary. And then I'll miss, of course, the cast and crew. I'll miss everybody. It was a nice feeling. It was a family. I'll miss the whole family. Let me just call them family, because by the time you've been together for almost 5 years, you know each other's weaknesses. You know, yakikuja hivi simuongeleshi. This one, she looks like this, she's not okay. Yeah, you know the funny people, the ones who are always, yeah.
Talking about the funny people, who was the most funniest on set, and who will you miss out of everyone? Hapo hivyo, one person that you had a bond with. Who is that person?
I'll say the funny guy, Abel, who played the role of Luke, is very funny. Pascal Tokodi is funny. Who I'll miss the most is Helen Kelly. We bonded quite well. We became like sisters. I have an issue, she'll see straight away. She has an issue, I'll know. We'll even talk to each other late into the night. Even today when she calls me or I call her, we know it's not less than an hour. And we have to actually let go without, yeah.
So what is next for you now that this Selina is over? Are you planning to feature on other series? Ama already usha bag? Ama unaenda kwa business? What else will you be doing apart from now acting?
Let me say, acting is what I do to pay my bills. It's the job for me. Selina Maisha. I'm still in other shows. I'm in 2 other shows. I'm in one on Inoro TV. It's called Machine Ndogo. Airs tonight at 8:20. It's actually going on air right now. I'm on another show called Next Meal on KBC. It airs at 6 p.m. But I'm still looking for another one because I could manage to do the 3 together. I do movies. I do adverts. So I'm still available. I'm auditioning. I have kidogo time. I can manage to. God fixes my time for me so I get all of them without wasting anybody's time.
Nice. As you've said earlier, you're acting on different production as well as you're doing adverts and all that. So in short, you have diversified your brand. What will you advise young guys who are coming in the industry now and they see, I want to be like her?
Consistency, discipline, and you have to learn to work with other people. And know, for example, if I'm on set, I'm on Selina set, I can't start saying that this is what we do at KBC, this is what we do on the other set. When I go to the KBC set, I keep matters KBC there. Don't compare. Don't expect all the producers to be the same. Don't compare the salaries. Don't compare anything. Go to a set, even if it's an advert, go there and know you're there to do what you're required there. And learning to de-roll. A lot of people get lost in their characters. For me to perform different shows at the same time, I have to de-roll. The minute I leave Selina, I would leave Maria at the gate. The minute I leave the Inoro set, my name there is Wanjoroge. I leave her there. When I get home, I am Zainab. Mama Kuria. Yes.
Mama Kuria. How many kids?
I have 2 sons. Kuria is the firstborn. He's a doctor at Kenyatta National Hospital. The other one is here with me. He's 22 years old. He's still a student at Kenyatta University.
Thank you so much. 5 seasons later, what will you miss about Selina?
A lot. I mean, you miss the work, the camaraderie, but most of all, I think I'll miss the friendships that I made on set. Though, doesn't mean that the show is over, we're not going to talk to each other, blah, blah, blah. But I just miss going to set every morning, hanging out with these guys. Because for me personally, and most guys will attest, it didn't feel like work. So it just felt like we're being paid to enjoy ourselves, because getting into these characters and making sure that the fans enjoy what we're producing every day. I think that was the greatest gift that we received, as opposed to us giving the gift.
What was the most challenging experience about playing your character? Give us a moment.
There's so many. There's so many. I mean, situations whereby, you know, a character who's played your wife for 5 seasons. Okay, not my wife for 5 seasons, but subsequent seasons she was my wife. But somebody who's been so close to you, and then that character having to die on screen. I think that was one of the most challenging scenes that we've ever shot. It was really outside of even just shooting it. We just felt some emotional, connection with that scene. And for me, that I would say that was one of my toughest scenes. There's so many days you're challenged to bring your best, but for me, that was just losing a character on set. It felt really overwhelming.
Talking about losing, earlier during the show, you guys lost Corne, who was one of also the main characters on the show. How was that for you?
It was emotional. I've always said this. Corne is one of the characters in terms of him just being a big human being, a human being with a big heart. One of the guys who welcomed me on set, because I was new when I joined in season 2, and he just welcomed me with open arms. He was very kind to me, nice to me, to the point of, you're suspecting, why is this guy being nice to me? But he was genuine. He was a genuine guy, genuine character, fun to be around with all the time. Shooting with him was just fun. For us, it hit us hard. I mean, to lose such a character, him having his accident and stuff, it just felt, it showed us that life is fickle. Because when you see such a big character in terms of him with a big heart, you don't expect that to happen. You expect to see maybe an old person dying, but you don't expect to see a young, vibrant person just going too soon. So it hit home very hard for us. Yes. Yeah.
Sets as usual. There's fun moments, weird moments, and all that. What will you miss the most about being on set at Selina?
I think the practical jokes. I'll name 2 characters who were very Peter Kamau and Pascal Tokodi. Those guys will get you any day. I miss those practical jokes that we used to share. I'll miss the camaraderie, as I said earlier. The bond that we made in those seasons. The people who've been there 6 seasons, I've been there 5 seasons. But even in those 5 seasons, it was a deep friendship, deep relationships that we made. And some will carry on until, our days are over. So for me, I feel like I'll just miss going to set every morning. People think it's very easy waking up at 5, going to set. It's hard, but at the same time, when you're going to meet all these guys, you enjoy and have fun and you work well together. It's enjoyable and it's rewarding in itself. Yeah.
Lastly, what is next for you?
I don't know. I don't know. There are a couple of projects that have yet to take off in terms of shooting, so I can't talk about them really. Of course, going for auditions, and I tell young people out there, we also go for auditions. So there are a lot of auditions out there, so we never know where we're going to land. But at the moment, the break is nice, just to have a small break in between, but we're ready to get on the saddle as quick as possible. So if you're out there and you think I can fit your character, just holler at me.
Definitely holla. Thank you so much.